Jesus is using some very strong language against the scribes and Pharisees in the gospel today because he sees in their heart the evil and wickedness that's there. In a sense, he's disowning them, like in the rare instance when parents maybe would disown a child because of something terrible that they did. We would hate to hear those words, "You're no longer my son, you're no longer my daughter." But this is what Jesus is strongly saying to the Pharisees, because he sees the deadliness of their sin. In the first reading, where we see that the people had sinned against God, and so he sent the serpents to make them suffer, and many of them died from snake bites. And they go back and beg Moses to beg God to take them away. And in making the bronze serpent and mounting it on a pole, it was foreshadowing Jesus being lifted up on the cross to heal us from our sins. That's the symbol for the American Medical Association. You'll see it often, the pole with the serpent on it. And I think that's interesting that they still have that based in the scriptures, a sign of healing. And so when Jesus is lifted up on the cross, he says in the gospel today, "You will know that I am," meaning I am God. And he is not committing suicide as they propose, but he's sacrificing his life so that we could be saved, so that we could be freed from our deadly sins. And so it's as we approach Holy Week and the sacred Triduum, we realize more and more in the daily readings how intense Jesus was about bringing salvation to us and how serious the nature of sin is, and yet the hope that he brings, that we in our human weakness can wonder, can anybody be saved? And the Lord saying, "I will save all of you." We only have to look up Jesus on the cross in faith and realize that he's there to give us his grace, his forgiveness, and his healing. And what a wonderful grace that is. It's why Easter is so joyous, because it's beyond our imagination that God could be so great as to become one of us and be so close to us. So we thank God today for sending Jesus and ask him to deepen our faith and our trust in him. Let us stand and offer our prayers and petitions.